I am the Mikiro. This is the Mikiro show, and I have I stayed out last night because I did some work helping somebody who's helping me, basically. I helped someone to help me, innit? I had to prepare a plot of land for make suitable to build a shelter on it. It's basically going to be like a sort of garden gazebo kind of deal that you can sleep in, innit? That's basically what I'm going to create. It will be a better scenario, and the person who's helping me is really, really nice person. It's not like the last time, you know, when I met a woman and they were like, yeah, you know, you can do this, that, and t'other, and then literally they had like ulterior motives, you know, one of them ones. She's not like that. She seems really, really genuine. She doesn't even drink. You get me? She's not even a drinker, which is so refreshing. Because you know, when you don't drink and people are drunk around you, it does make your life hard work. It isn't good. Yeah. So I've had to come today and take some measurements. I've had to take a length and width measurement using these strings. So this one is width, this one is length. Take width measurement and length measurement. I know exactly how high she is. She's 7 foot on the spot. She's 7 foot tall. She's a foot taller than me. I'm 6 foot on the dot, so that means it's a 7-footer. Lengthwise, say 15 feet, 14 feet, something like that. 10 to 12 feet, something like that. Yeah, it's not that big. It's reasonable sized. You know, width-wise, we're looking at as wide as it's tall. Yeah, about as wide as she's tall. About 7 foot, give or take. So yeah, I've been to the place. It's ideal, really. It's ideal for the cause. I don't know how to, you know, say thank you to this person enough, or how to express my gratitude enough. It's really difficult. I struggle with that. Yeah, and that goes for all you guys. You know, how do one express my gratitude to you? Very difficult thing. And you know, I want to. So like, I suppose I just continue to be available. You know, it's bad out here right now because we don't know who's inhabiting the town anymore. So we used to know what was what, who was who, all of that. It used to be a small town. It's not the case really anymore, is it? So yeah, if you know, like, just from the minor stuff, you know, you don't feel safe walking home at night because you work in a nightclub and you're having to leave at like whatever time they shut these days. Was it like 2's in the morning? Yeah. The fact is this, yeah, if it's certainly the weekend, I'm likely not to be very far from there. I'm probably like hovering around or something, or you know, I'm out these ways or something, you know, and I'm out on that. You know what I'm saying? I can be with you in a hot minute. Like, do you know what I'm saying? This thing fucking like it's like riding a mosquito. It's like riding on a mosquito when I'm powering that. Me plus this equals, I'm riding faster than cars are going. Like, you know, I'm moving much faster than the cars are going. I'm overtaking cars, undertaking cars, all of that. Really infuriating the drivers therein. All good. They need to chill out and learn how to drive. And I'm certainly not going to be hanging around waiting for them to do so, because I'm the Mikiro, baby, and I fly. A1F1Y, baby. A1F1Y. Why? Because I gotta. Yeah, so right. So also up here, I think I'm a little bit of a spiritual person. I'm a little bit spiritual. Yeah, I don't have great understanding of all of that. To be fair, my boy Jada has much better understanding than I do about those topics. But the point is, since being up here, Right, so I was in a great mood before I come here. Yeah, I was in a fantastic mood. I got to the bottom of the hill, fantastic mood. I climbed up, got through the bushes, got to here, and it was like, whoomp. You get me? It sort of went zoom. You get me? Like a zoom. And I wasn't feeling so good. I went from like zoom, like that. And it was like sudden. Yeah, like a really sudden, like, it brought tears to my eyes. I actually, you know, had to fight tears for a few seconds. Like, what is that about? My friend Jada reckons that there's bad spirits up here. He says they are unpleasant spirits up here. And, you know, the type of energies what are corrupting and what have you. And, you know what I'm like with these things. I am a skeptic. I am, that is one of the idiosyncrasies of my personality. Is most samurai were very spiritual. And, you know, all of that. I've been dead a number of times. And, there was nothing, guys. It was like before you were born. You get me? Time travel, instant, boom. I've travelled a length of time, a day, a half a day or something like that, and 5 miles in the time taken to blink. Yeah, that was back on the 23rd of October, 23rd of November 2017, where I went just not far from here up into the woods and took a massive overdose, dude. I meant that. I'd had enough and I wanted out. I was much similar situation as what I've been in recently, only, you know, I was drug addicted and I was heavy on the Class A drugs, and, you know, I used to drink and smoke cigarettes and take drugs and do crime and fuck people up and shit on the regular. And I got to that point where I was so ashamed of myself for all of these things that, and, you know, like, I hated Lyndon. I fucking hated him. I wanted to kill him. And I did. I literally, really did try to kill him. I took his ass all the way up to the Roman settlement, not far from here. Late at night, about 11 o'clock at night, with a pre-made hot shot, which is a syringe, a 2mm barrel with a 1mm pin, absolutely filled, with a very high concentration of heroin, a little bit of crack cocaine in it. And, yeah, I took myself off up to but during the day, I, you know, kind of like, without trying to bring it on top, I've gone and sort of said my goodbyes to people I thought might give a fuck, but I didn't actually say goodbye. I just sort of went and spent a few minutes with them, blah, 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 you know. And then about 11:30 at night, I took myself off up into the woods there, and I just, without hesitation, injected the whole damn thing. And never been one for needles, never really, you know, never was any very good at that, because obviously I never really did it very much. I've only done it like a couple of times. But, you know, I found the vein immediately. There was none of that fucking around shit. It was like it was meant to happen. In my mind, it was like a green light to push down on the entirety. You know, one of them ones? And I did. Yeah, 9 years ago nearly now. 9 years ago that was. And I feel so much different. I'm glad I survived it. A person who was out walking their dog, and the dog was a dog that I gave him about 3 years before that, a Whippet Cross Staffy, and yeah, he was out walking that dog and found me, dude, and found an ambulance, and I was rescued there that way. The last thing I remember was doing it. And the next thing I remember was I came round in the assessment ward. I'd been in intensive care, but I'd been downgraded to the assessment ward in Western-super-Mare General Hospital, and there was a nurse. Her name was Nurse Z, as in the letter Z, as far as I could tell. Yeah, just Z. Yeah, and most beautiful woman I'd ever met in my life. I mean, oh my shocking God, I thought I died, and she was an angel. She was that pretty. Beautiful, really. Just, she had this essence, she had this way about, I don't know what the word is. She was stunning, you know, one of them ones, like, and she had a really nice personality about her. It's like she didn't know she was absolutely stunning, and I love that. And I love that. And yeah, dude, yeah, I had to meet the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life up to that point after doing that, you know, one of them ones, like, didn't really feel like I had any sort of ground to try and like put it on her, you know, in an M1. So like, yeah, I didn't. And I eventually, after about 3 days of being in the assessment ward, I keep doing that, assessment ward. Yeah, after 3 days of being in the assessment ward, I discharged myself and bounced, because obviously I was still addicted to the drugs and I was really unwell and I weren't going to get any better. And what had eventually would have happened is that it had released me anyway, right in the midst of withdrawals and stuff, right? So I had to recognise that and act accordingly, which I did. But literally, I was going to do it again, right? And I think 5 days after the event, so something like 2 days later of leaving the hospital, I went to do it again. I went to get some more drugs and finish the job, right? But it wasn't to be, because I was going to meet the guy out like by the Mercury office on the boulevard in Weston-super-Mare. And before he came, 5 plainclothes police showed up. I knew one of them, Leon Bruford. PC Leon Bruford showed up, and he came up to me and he was like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, are you Lyndon Meek?" And I looked at him and I knew what the crack it was. I knew obviously I was going to get nicked, innit? So I looked at him and I was like, "Leon, you know exactly who I am, mate. Yeah, like, my brother went to school with you, like, my boy Pun plays football with you, yeah, you know, at a football club or whatever, Western, whatever, yeah, like, boom." And he was like, "Yeah, we do have to arrest you, like, for this thing." And I didn't know it, right, but I'd like basically been on the run, a fugitive, for about 2 years actually. This was like 2017, right, but in at the end of 2014, some old dude, bro, some old pedo decided it would be wise to grab me around the neck and squeeze, dude. And I just banged him. I just one-popped him. Not hard, just sufficiently as to knock him spark out before he hit the deck. And I didn't quite have time to sort of grab him before he hit the deck with the back of his head. And he hit the deck with the back of his head, and it split his head wide open. There was blood everywhere. And I had to save this guy's life, dude. I had to like, you know, phone an ambulance, do what the operator said, you know, massive pool of blood. And I administered first aid and what have you, all of that. And then these neighbours came out, and there was this bloke, and he was being very aggressive, and it was getting to that point where I might have to engage him too, and knock his ass spark out and have his head explode off the curb. But you know, like, I've seen better than that. You know, he didn't really want to fight. He just wanted to be really aggressive. And so I basically left the patient with him. Like, right, you can look after him now because you're aggressive. I'm leaving. And I left, and yeah, made him deal with that. They didn't come for me immediately. It was the next day, right? I was at Pete Strachan's, like, old man Pete's. And yeah, they came there for me, dude. Loads of them, like, loads of coppers. So I got nicked, and because it was blatantly self-defense, and there was people there that actually said no. You know, the bloke lunged at him and grabbed him around the throat. Yeah, and then he sort of like banged. They were told that, like, a few people told him that. So I got bail straight away. Yeah? I didn't even get put in a cell. I was bailed, and that bail went on for ages. And where obviously I was in a tent, you know, I was in a shelter that I'd made in Uphill Woods, up in Tips A, innit, right at the top. Basically I was up there in like something a bit like this, but bigger actually, yeah, because basically I'd made it, I didn't have tent, I made it out of tarps, yeah, I made it like bare tarps. I had like a log burner like that in it, actually inside it and that, and it all had decking. I made all pallets, decking and that. It was fucking sick. 2 double beds. If it was like, you know, a numbered man tent, it'd probably be like a 30-man tent. It was fucking ginormous. I was up in there, I'd been there for 2 years. And all of this stuff had happened, and obviously, like, so that was 2 years before that, the event of where I decided to end my life, yeah. And then that 2 years after was the worst 2 years of my life. I swear to God, that no matter how hard things get, it will never get as bad as between 2015 and 2017. It isn't possible, because obviously I'd have to really slide off into absolute self-destructive chaos and become self-destructive, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, I don't feel like I should, want to, or need to. So yeah, you're going to see nothing but a showcase of strength from me. And that's all you're going to see. I'm not going to fucking break. I ain't going to be fucking, you know, using my difficult situation to use drugs and all of that. I just blaze grade, baby. I just put it in the air. Love the grade, baby. So that's all it is. I don't even drink. I don't even smoke cigarettes. Don't even smoke cigarettes. Too harmful, and they don't do nothing for you. What is the point in smoking a cigarette? I don't know. Coffin nails for no. I mean, if they got you busted for an hour, all right, fair play. Smoke cigarettes. I'd smoke about 80 a day, but they don't. You know, they don't. So don't smoke them, guys. They're just really bad for you. I feel a lot healthier since I've knocked the cigarettes on the head. I've knocked the cigarettes on the head now since 2023, I think it is, 2023. And vapes as well, they're really bad. Don't vape. Yeah, don't vape. Hi Kieran, hi Shah, hi Gav, hi Libby, hi Ollie, hi Anne, hi Amory. Hey guys, all is well. I've just returned to the hide and I've just started talking and gone blah, 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 and I haven't stopped for I don't know how long. I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah. I got a nice description from my boy Ryan yesterday. He described me as hyperactive but very polite. I'll wear that. I love that. Thank you very much. So yeah, should we have a look inside? Yeah, all is well. No evidence of any visitors or anything. A little bit dark in here, I know. Not a lot I can do about that because all my lights are solar panels and they won't come on until it gets dark outside because they know what the day is, time of the day is. So yeah, smells good in here too. It don't stink. It's all good. Everything is as I left it, which is all good because I haven't been here for 24 hours. I've actually I spent the evening sleeping on a lady's sofa because basically I was just exhausted. I Netflixed and chilled with a really nice lady yesterday after working on the garden. Yeah, I haven't done that for so long. I reckon 2021 was the last time I just sat down and chilled with a girl and, you know, nothing happened, just, you know, just sat down and chilled with a girl and watched Archer. Do you like Archer? I love Archer. Archer's funny. You've seen Archer, innit? The cartoon. If you haven't, it's on Netflix. Might as well check it out. It's funny. It's like they're secret agents, but they're naughty as fuck, and it's like really funny. We just sat and watched that and Blaze Grade. Yeah. And that's what I did. And I just ended up passing out. So she put what do you call it? She put a blanket on me and let me pass out on the sofa, which I did. Woke up today, had to come out, had to collect my meds, come here, got to brush my teeth, keep myself fresh, all of those things. Was expecting a thunderstorm, was expecting it to thunder. See that? Can you see that? Was expecting that. That still might happen. Might as well want to check your weather apps. Let me know, because I can't check my weather app and do a live simultaneously. At least I don't think I can. Anyway, let's make a joint. A little bit hyperactive today, right? I think so. A little bit. But, you know, it's like I explained to Anne yesterday. They call it hyperactivity disorder. Well, I don't see what a disorder is. I mean, it's not unpleasant. It doesn't hurt. So what's the disorder about having, you know, unlimited energy like a god? I don't see that being a disorder. And anybody that gives you that diagnosis is probably jealous of that. Yeah, as well, there's something wrong with you because I haven't got that. Yeah, well, is there something wrong with me or is there something wrong with you? You haven't got the energy to do. I can just literally say, right, I want to go and ride for 40 miles today. I've just woke up, I'll get on it, you know, and I'll be gone. Bam. Yeah, like I just decide I need the energy to do that, and it's there. You know, I make a conscious decision to have energy. I did it earlier. I could have got a bit depressed, but I decided not to do that and to engage my energy, and I did. And now I'm talking to all of you lovely people about having energy, and yeah, so I don't see it being a disorder really. Like, I've never actually been diagnosed with being, what the word is, ADHD. Never been diagnosed with that. It doesn't mean to say it's not there. But yeah, they've never turned around and said, oh, by the way, you know, you've got this thing, because I've never been tested for it. I don't even know what the test for that would be. Hi Libby, hi Ken. Yes, Chunks, yes my Jew. Yeah, so I don't even know how you would test for such a thing. But yeah, it is what it is. I've got just like the sun. Yeah, basically, you know, never-ending, constant supply of positive energy, which I can just decide to turn on, much like an engine. You know, I just say, oh yeah, I need that now. Click and whoom, it comes. You know, one of them ones. So yeah, I wake up in the morning, literally give me 30 seconds, and I'm like this. 30 seconds. It does not take me long at all to wake up, because I just decide I need to wake up, and then click, I've woke up. I've always had that ability. That's not something I've trained. That's I've always done that. I've just always had it. So and there's never a time where I feel like, oh God, I wish I didn't have so much energy. Oh, this, you know, perpetual energy that I have is annoying. Might be annoying for you, but it's not annoying for me. Because it's, yeah, it's there, baby. So yeah, I'm just going to skin up, then I've got to brush my teeth, all of that. Got to maintain good hygiene, no matter where you live. Whether you live in a hill or a house, prison or a mansion, necessary to take care of ourselves. So I do. And obviously when you live with, when you've got, you know, citadels of ants colonies surrounding your house, and your house isn't really much more than a few layers of fabric, it's necessary to keep yourself clean, because you don't know whether they've crawled. You got to keep, like, so like me cutlery and I keeping like a sealed thing in it, you know, like anything that I use like that has got to be sealed and protected, and then in the storeroom in it, do you know what I mean, which is also sealed, and it's like, you know, it's floodable for about 6 inches, so it's watertight to, you know, like a 6-inch deep puddle. So yeah, necessary just to keep as much of everything as clean as possible. It's a constant endeavour to do that. Yeah, but I'm feeling really positive actually, and that a lot of that is down to my friends. You know, they've been really fucking supportive. I'll come 100, right? Without me friends, I don't know if I'd been able to maintain such good positivity and light. It would have been depressing, wouldn't it? It'd have been very, very depressing. And I have been diagnosed for many, many years now with, what's it called again? Severe clinical depression, acute anxiety disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. So, yeah, it doesn't bode well when you have those diagnoses, really. But I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like I'm depressed or anxious or shocked, whatever. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty easygoing, to be fair. These videos here, they are non-scripted. I am literally just freestyling because I can. When you're telling the truth, when your agenda is to be absolutely flat out honest and just not hide anything, it's easy. You can just because you ain't got to think about it. You get me? It's there, innit? It's fact. It's done. It's at hand. You get me? It's right there. So you don't. It's not necessary to have to, you know, keep going and think, because it's you know what I mean. You're telling the truth, right? You're just being honest. Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I just freestyle it. There is no script. There's nothing written down. You know, I haven't taken notes. Watch 'em take notes while I take tokes of the marijuana smoke. So yeah, showcase of strength, physical strength, psychological strength, emotional strength, every type of strength a man can showcase. Why is they... What the shit? No, you see this? There are flies everywhere. Oh, no way. My outer tarp is badly damaged. Why is there so many flies? I've not seen this before. It was interesting. They were huge. Some of those flies are ginormous. I actually walk around it now. I had to guy wire it better, closer to the shelter. What's going on there? Are they dead? Nope, they're not dead. There's loads. I don't know if you can see this on camera. Don't keep any food stuff in there, or excuse me, or anything that would rot or attract flies. I don't know what's going on there. That's a bit weird. I've not seen that happen before. But there was probably getting on about, I don't know, probably 70 flies on and around my shelter. I don't know what that's about. I got stuff to kill them, but as long as they're not inside it, I won't need to kill them. They go inside it, of course. That's fighting talk. And I have a fly gun. It's a can of Raid. It's a can of Raid. They raid me, I raid them, you know? Yeah. So yeah, all is good. I'm feeling pretty positive. I had a really nice day yesterday. Put some work in. It was backbreaking. I ripped out a fuckload of like dot leaves, brambles, stinging nettles, ivy vines, grass, fucking you name it, out of the ground by hand, barehanded. Yeah, took a few hours, took a couple of hours, I think, but after, dude, yeah, I was hurting, yeah, it hurt, but that's all I got to do now is remove the spoil. Like, there's probably getting on sort of 10 bags of, green waste. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a bigger job than it looked, because before I took a picture of it, I'd already done nearly half of it. Do you know, one of them ones before I thought to sort of share that with you. Yeah, I'd already done nearly half of the job, getting on a good 40% of the job. So it was, yeah, I'd already broke the back of it, like. So, yeah, do need to remove that. And then I reckon there's probably getting on, I don't know, about a ton of, like metal things and that, and waste. Like there's metal objects like a washing machine and things, and some other stuff that I need to get removed as well. That's so to my peeps that do that, you know who you are. Yeah, holler at me, innit. I'll send you some pics, or you can just flat out come and meet me and we'll assess it together. I'll be happy to help you as well, like, do you know what I mean? I'll be happy to put the work in as well. So yeah, you know, that's how I do it. I put the work in like only the Mikiro can. And yeah, it is what it is. So if you have stuff that you need help with, you can't do it, whatever, I bet I probably can, you know. So probably worth getting a shout. Give me a shout. I am probably your cheapest option. Definitely your cheapest option. If you get a quote, yeah, I will do it for a fraction of the quote. Yeah, like a fraction of the quote, like. So if they want like £1,000, I'll probably do it for like 300 quid. You get me? They say, oh, it's a bag for that. Yeah, give me a shout. I'll do it for like, yeah. As long as you've got the tools or whatever I need to do the materials and that, yeah, I'll do that. Like, it's all good. Just get the materials and the shit that I need. Give me a shout. I'll come and fly it. I'm an artist, dude. I can do anything. Yeah, I'll do anything from paint pictures, making swords. I can make swords, I can paint pictures, draw, do calligraphy, all of those art things, all the way up to fucking building houses. I can lay bricks, I can lay paving, I can lay driveways, build roofs, erect sheds, put fencing up, artistically if you like. I can do dry stone walling, I can do like crazy paving. I can make a fence just out of what you find around me, you get me? I could like take some fallen wood and stick some sticks in the fucking ground and seal it in with maybe a bit of concrete or whatever, and then weave a bunch of sticks into it and make like a permanent fence, yeah, but it's like rustic looking. You know, and ones, they're nice, they look good. Yeah, I've done all that. Literally anything you can think domestically, you know, like you have issues with your house, clearances, fucking, I've got people that have vans, and I'll help actually come put the physical labour in and assist, whatever needs to be done. You get me? Especially those who have helped me these last few months. You know who you are. Yeah, so does everybody else. And so do I. Yeah, give me a shout, dude. Anything you need, I've got you in it. Like, literally anything. Or maybe, you know, you're in danger and you're under threat and someone's trying to fucking do something to you, whatever. Give me a shout and I'll pat on that and all. You get me? No job too big, too small. No person too big, too small. You know, one of them ones, I break them down. Don't worry. Yeah. So don't be bullied. Don't be bullied. You're the Mikiro family. You don't get bullied. No one bullies my people. If you're watching this, you're my people. Don't get bullied. Don't need to, baby. You can rock a ninja up on them. Some out of nowhere. Really scary experience for them. Get me? You know, one of them ones. Alright, what's your fucking game? Kind of deal. Alright, so I do try to not be non-violent as possible. I actually resolved some stuff the other day, which would have, the old Lyndon would have resolved that with violence, yeah? The new Lyndon just used this sort of presence to kind of like intimidate a little bit, and they didn't want to know anymore, you know? And then ones, like, especially that second one was pretty funny, because he was going, you dirty bitch, fucking rat, this woman. I've just rode round the corner, yeah, with mask down and that, I see what's going on, I dropped my mask, my hood up in that, and I just sort of looked at him and just sort of followed his gaze, like that, like, and he just and chipped off, yeah. So I come up, I was riding on the bike in the road and she was on the pavement. I just said, look, I was like, I'm Lyndon, you know, I just sort of help people in these situations, on, you know, like at night time, and I just ride with you in it in case he comes back. And she was like, oh, thank you. I was like, do you know him? And she was like, no. Right. She was going to Saspa because she'd forgotten something. So if it was that girl that you forgot your phone or something at Saspa, that was me. That was me the other night. Nothing to worry about. I just didn't want you to get mugged or whatever he was trying to do. Yeah. So, it's fun. Lots of fun. I have a lot of fun. I'm a homeless guy living in a tent, right? But you don't need to be depressed about it. You make your own way. Make your own fun, don't you? Alright, so I'm, you know, financially challenged. And my opportunities are narrow. And yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I am what they call unemployable, actually, because of my criminal record. It's pretty bad. Lots of violence. And you know, if this was like if we were in Japan 300 years ago, I'd be basically fucking a lord. Yeah, I would be a lord. I'd be what they call a daimyo. You get me? That you know, no one would fuck with me because obviously, you know, I was born a few hundred years too goddamn late or something. You know, one of them ones. But here, actually, it turns out if you defend yourself to any type of efficiency, it's frowned upon. Yeah, they don't like it. So I don't know what they want from us. Do we just stand there and let them fuck us up or something? I don't know. But I've been to prison many times. I've done 14 times in prison. Not all for violence. Some of it's been for stuff I haven't even done. Yeah, like the last 4. 5. Yeah, the last 5. I didn't need to go to jail. I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, very traumatic shit. That's why I'm in this situation, because of what that woman done in that Marcella Lawless done. It all goes back to that. The reason I'm in this, I was doing really well. Before I met her, I was doing awesome. I was living, they actually housed me in emergency housing. I was in Ashcombe Road, and I was going to end up in like a Curo or something like that. Yeah, it was all looking good. I was doing well. I was training. I was 14 stone. I was ripped. I was doing really well. I still am ripped, but I'm not that heavy. You know, I was at my healthiest, mentally, physically, emotionally solid as a rock. And then this evil fucking parasite got claws into me, right? By acting. She was an actor. Yeah, she was actually an Oscar level actor, fam. Fooled me, dude. Yeah, fully fooled me, yeah, like, dude. And she, like, seemed to have, like, figured out how she should act to get her claws into me, right? And then after 3 weeks, literally, she was someone else, and decided out of, you know, it was like a sport for her, to destroy me. Yeah, she just decided that she would destroy me. Rung the police and told them I'd smacked her in the face twice with knuckle dusters on. Didn't have a mark on her. They took photograph of her, 2 photographs of her face and her head, saying that, you know, bam, bam, I'd nailed her twice with knuckle dusters. She'd have a goddamn injury, bro. If anybody hit you with knuckle dusters on, you would be severely injured. Yeah, like, it would fuck you up differently. If I'd done it, yeah, dude, she'd have died. I'd have killed her. Her fucking head would have exploded. Like when you shoot a coconut with a 50 cal BMG, it just go pow. There's fuck all left. It's just vapor, you know? I'd have put her fucking head in the air, you know? But she had the audacity to try that shit on. Now, luckily for me on these ones, I was lucky, you know, and despite having a female judge, a female barrister, and female prosecution, and a mostly female jury, I was totally acquitted. I was in court 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours on that one there when she done that, and they just went, well, it's obviously ridiculous, isn't it? Do you know what they did? They took a picture of Jimmy Short. They showed a picture of Jimmy Short. This is without knuckle dusters. This is, you know, fists, yeah? And maybe a little bit of kendo stick, whatever. Yeah, and this is a woman who's saying that the same person has gone hell for leather on her with knuckle dusters on. And she didn't have a mark on her, bro. There wasn't any injuries. So, I was acquitted. They let me go right there and then. I was out a couple of weeks. It wasn't long. I was out a couple of weeks, and I seen her walking. And she phoned the police and said some mad thing about... I said something to her, but there was an injunction in place, right? Bro, I didn't say shit to her. I seen her. I carried on riding, fam, fast. Yeah, I sped up, and she was screaming abuse. She was with that Donna McLaren. She was with that Donna McLaren. She didn't say shit, but she was with her, and she started screaming like up the road, you know, like saying horrible shit. There's my ex, that cunt, fucking blah. Horrible piece of work. So I, you know, wasn't going to be hanging around for that. And then where was I? I was somewhere, you know. They come for me, mate. Peak. Oh, I was at Duncan and Amanda's. I was chilling at Duncan and Amanda's in Fallen Close. Dude, loads of feds just came and, like, bro, like, arrested me again. So she done it 3 times. My sister got me locked up once because she tried to basically take my kid off me and, like, get in between me and my kid. So I don't speak to her anymore because I don't play that shit, man. It's totally disloyal of her. But yeah. So you've got to be careful, like, with these people that are just playing nonsense with your life and for their agenda. And it's because I was just too trusting and too loving and too warm with someone who would take that and chuck it in a blender and turn it on to 3. Yeah, that's what she did. Yeah, like, boom. You know, like, I hated her for ages, dude. It took ages. Right, check this out. Right, so I don't hate nobody. I'm not that hating type of person. I've never hated no motherfucker. Yeah, but I hated her right up until sort of I realised that hate is super powerful thing, right? And you don't. How do I explain it? It takes as much passion to hate as it does to love. So don't waste your passion on hate. You get me? It takes exactly the same energy to hate as it does to love. And it's harmful for you. It's not for them. They don't notice it. They ain't feeling shit. Yeah? But it ages you horribly, peeps. Yeah? Trust me, I looked like I was 23 2 years ago. No cap. Have a look at the pictures. Yeah? I looked like I was 23 a couple of years ago. 2 years ago. But because of all the stress and a boom, yeah, and the hate, yeah, because of living with the fucking hate, I look like I'm 80 fucking 3. Yeah, well, maybe not quite that bad, but I've aged a little bit because of it. Yeah, because of that, right? Yeah, so, you know, if I grow my hair, it's white now. I'm not joking, my hair's white. That's why I've had to cut it off. It's fucked. My hair's basically white. I have white hair. And that's because of all of that, yeah. That's because of living with the hate. Don't waste your hate. Don't hate anybody. It's not worth it. It's only detrimental to yourself, okay? Living with that shit is just horrific, and it does age you, and it is a bad feeling. There's negative energy, and that's going through your body, not theirs. They don't care. They don't give a shit, you know? They probably want that. That's what they want, that, yeah? So don't be that guy. Just don't hate. Be of love. Be warm-hearted. Compassion, empathy, maintain your honor, and don't hate. It's just, life's too short. It's fleeting at best. Life is fleeting at best. We're not here very long. Any opportunities you come, you've got to take. Don't waste nothing.